to Oregon Black Artist Spotlight Series. I have two wonderful guests who we're going to talk with in just a moment. But first, I want to tell you a little bit about this series and our sponsors as well as our partners. So I'm Andrea from West African Cultural Arts Institute, and thanks so much for tuning in. We have a special show for you tonight. We're going to have some live drumming as well as interview questions for both Alseny and Papa. This is a special series that is brought to you in partnership with University of Oregon's Oregon Folklife Network and the Museum of Natural and Cultural History. Without them, this series wouldn't be possible, so we want to give them a shout out. We also want to thank our sponsors, the Oregon Cultural Foundation, the Oregon Cultural Trust, and Oregon Arts Commission. So thank you to our sponsors. Without further ado, I want to bring in our very special guests from Guinea, West Africa. We have Alseny and Yansane and Papa Yansane. So I want to start by first asking Alseny, and then I'm going to give Papa a crack at the same question. So I'm asking them to describe their cultural tradition. So I'm going to start with Alseny, and I'm going to do it in his native language of Susu and translate it for you into English. So, inome iha culture hafe falawombe.
Etato ka. Omuto fe.
He's
Regna kutulumuna keki. Donc artisia. Foye kenen kwa. Anda fema inomuna arbadi kwa. Donc hamura fema imomuno marbadi kwa. Walina rafara fema.
So he's saying that in Guinea, you have to love the art in order to do it. If you choose to do it, it's because you love it. And you have to love it because it's really hard work.
He
said was the same with any job that you would do.
Donc, mutangai artisia. Naberi, nun kame.
So he's saying in his art form, you have to suffer and jump through hoops, and you have to go hungry. It's part of moving forward in the life of an artist in Guinea. So he's saying before there was a time in Guinea where people would assume that if you wanted to choose the path of an artist, it was because you were a delinquent or just someone who wanted to, like a flake.
Donc,
so he said that's part of the life of being an artist in Guinea, and sometimes because of that belief that it's not hard work, that sometimes you don't get the meals at home, or people don't want to share with you because they think you're wasting your time.
Donc, kola magrimeni gadira sa kuile parce que brato a importance na naile nana adama imina fifi ukui afan amufan mai da nyari ma faitan ilasko beso ma pupiu fala yari fimana kui kwa.
So he said now that people understand that there is an importance to it and that it is a viable future for many, that now they even prepare the traditional offerings for their kids to be able to enter into groups to train as artists. I wanted to ask you, Alsene, to also like describe like what an average day would be in Guinea. Iha alu journée kirin alu artise musera bamane pendant en journée.
Arti legnet artista walina na nauka parce que journée qui elle me brise na gari piso il di wol me décider di wol me numero di na no mo di ke siga man siga so wol numero daki.
So he's saying that in his culture, the work of an artist is an all-day affair. There's practice in the mornings. Usually practice is for a repetitive, like a repertory company in drumming and dancing. And so they work really hard in the morning, usually for hours at a time. And after that, there are other folkloric activities to go to. Basically, the community gets together to celebrate a rite of passage, and there's music and dance, and artists are, of course, involved in doing that.
Parce que mutan wol man ke sege numero wol wo kilo men di ko mo groupe soleil d'Afrique. Uno ma folo di 9h ma en 17h mon affaire. Après mon kilo men mo sa sabar ou bien mariage ou bien aussi la
So he's naming all the various things that an artist could expect to do in one single day, and they're basically the various folkloric events for any kind of rites of passage, like a baby naming ceremony, or a marriage or a wedding, or if someone's having a birthday, sometimes they do these celebrations, and it's done with a big group of drummers and dancers and traditional praise singers, and usually like a guitar or a keyboard.
Kasi mufa ngabali so tadi na naki. Musika saba we farira ba wa ko so di na naki be o spectacle ndera ba. Wa rigiso wa to nguburu mo wa kutu mi fa sara na kuna na mo wa mo na ba si de ko. Kasi mumuna na wo shite ni ma.
So there's private ballets in Guinea as well as the national ballets. The national ballets are a little bit better supported than the private ballets, but the artist groups, they work together to make their group happen. In other words, they put their money together, the money that they make from the events. There's usually a platter where the guests will give money to the artists, and they'll take that money and they'll buy costumes or sometimes instruments, and they that's how they basically can move forward, is by joining hands and working together. He said that being an artist takes a lot of courage and determination and grit because it's really hard and there's not a lot of money in it in his homeland, and so you have to really love it and you have to be really strong and dedicated.
Donc moi il est quoi artiste mon barabo biling leri mo artiste ba groupe barabo na ileri sa importance barabo na ileri e como futa e ko soma fui e Guinea somo fi afai tum donc il a importance barabo na so non pas.
So he's saying that with the new awareness about the importance of the drumming and dancing of Guinea, there has been a lot of artists that have kind of flooded the scene in search of a better future. Some people see it as a vehicle of coming to the West, or finding a good mate, or just being able to make some pocket money. I'm going to turn to Papa one more.
Donc, muta folklore na ora na kuyati, ma importance mo na ngalere pa. Donc, vraiment tout alhamdulillah, wala magandi man ito. Alhamdulillah, fombara atide to. Na fa no futu mo ma pu, fombara mo ma abibe na pi, ma ileri, na go no me fombara sa pu ileri pa.
So he's just saying that he's very thankful that when he started, even though it was very hard, he's glad he persevered because it's given him a lot of pride and self-awareness, and it's helped him get here and continue to be connected back home through the vehicle of his art. Thank you. Papa, how about you? Is there anything that you want to say about what you remember about Guinea before you came here when you were 10 years old?
Not much. Dad took some of it, but like I'm gonna pick up from like the negative side to like the positive side. When I grew up, it was a pretty famous thing to like do. Like when I was three, my dad started teaching me how to drum, and I grew up like drumming, and
Can
my
you like
mom would
describe
take
what
me
that
to
looks like?
yeah, my mom would take me to gigs. I would like be playing like wildly, and but I like sometimes I would be able to play like freely with like other artists. They would let me like play and have some fun, and like my mom would like take me to basically all of her gigs to like play there, and I would make a lot of money, which was awesome. and
Your chocolate.
yeah, it got way more famous when I was growing up. And mom got a car once from like
Why don't you describe what she did?
she would I don't really
Professional
remember
singer?
that. Yeah, she was a professional singer, and she got a contract and she got a car. She got a new car. I was so in love with that car. It was awesome, and and like it was like more popular when I grew up. We would round up. Me and a bunch of kids would like round up. We would like go play when it's like there's party. We'd just form our own group and just play some drums. It was yeah, it was fun.
That's what your dad did too,
Yeah.
except with coffee cans, the upside down coffee cans.
We also got to travel. We would mostly play in the city, like where we lived nearby. It was cool, like going around the places, like meeting new people there, and sometimes we would go up to villages. It was pretty nice to like go in the wild. I hadn't been there. I would see some snakes, and I would like be scared. But yeah,
Snakes.
yeah,
Yeah, nobody wants to see a snake.
yeah. That was.
Okay, you guys ready to play a piece? All right, so I'm going to get out of your way, and they're going to play a piece, and then I'll come back and ask them a couple more things. All right, that was nice. Okay, moving back into another question. This time, I think I'm going to start with Papa. And the question is, when you moved from Africa, you left a majority Black society and came to Oregon, which was a majority white society. Is there anything you want to tell us about that big change?
Like in Guinea, you're like you have more freedom to like basically run around, do almost anything you want. It's yeah, you have like more freedom. When I moved here, it was a big change. I couldn't like run around the neighborhood. We would we would sometimes like run around the neighborhood throwing it was very silly, but we would throw like random stuff into people's house and then dust. If we got caught, we would get beat.
Typical kind
It was a typical day. And I would like we had a team. I had a soccer team. It was wild. We were playing as Barca. We were portraying Barca from here. It was like the best. It was awesome. I was the defender, and but when I got here, this year it's like it's better. It's more stabilized. Like it's how would it's
More structured?
it's more structured. And like in Africa, people are all in your business. It's like you, yeah, and here it's like, yeah, it's more structured and you, it's it was hard. Like when I came here, it was like it wasn't that hard making friends, but it was it was like it wasn't difficult, but it was. I made a bunch of friends here. Like everybody got used to me. Like when I came here, it was people would like be asking me crazy questions, and I would be answering them. They would be all amazed. Like, did you guys
They probably weren't very informed questions,
yeah,
right?
they were like, did you guys like what did you guys eat? And I would like say like we ate I was like we like went hunting and we killed lions and I would like make jokes. I'm like yeah we ate like goats and fishes like you guys. It's here is more like it's better. It's I prefer to be here than like be there because it gave me a better opportunity to like improve my life and like hopefully help out my family back in Guinea and yeah.
Nice. And what's it like being like practically the only black kid at your school and your classes, on your soccer team? I mean, how does it make, what is that like?
It's awesome. I don't have to compete with any other. I don't have to compete with any other like black kid to be the coolest, and I mean like to be the coolest.
I guess that's good and bad though.
Yeah, it's good and bad, but yeah, I guess it's cool being the only black kid, and like people like give you more attention like when you're the only one. I guess the only black kid.
Mm-hmm. How about any negative attention? I mean, I can recall times, but you might not want to. I mean, do you want to say something about that? You don't have to get into the specifics.
But sometimes my friend would like. Sometimes like people would like say, "What's up, man?" Like they would say the N word, but I don't take it to heart. I'm just like it doesn't mean it's bad, but like I don't take it to heart. I don't get offended, but I'm like, don't say that to me. Like, yeah, I didn't like that. I didn't like that for some of it when they called me that. I was just like, nah, man, don't call me that.
And haven't you had people say things that like make
Yeah, like
comments
some
about your
people have
hair?
said your hair looks like worms. I'm like, okay.
Was that when you had your hair locked?
Yeah, like I had locks. Yeah, and they would say my hair looks like worm. I'm like, okay. I would probably make fun of them back, but yeah.
Anything else you want to say about that? Or should I move on to Dad? Okay, I'm going to move on to Alsene. So, Alsene, ito kileri forita ufori begbe na ito fa be Oregon be miri firi kansana na eski noma na febe ubien na fe na di.
Apa problem mo muna na ako. Apam. Dream fam. A problem muna na dream fam. Orel na ba figar na ba. Se mi febri problem na evite mo ko. Donc a problem na lu de boy sa na ko na fam.
So he's saying like for him it's, he's just really avoided any problems and it hasn't, he hasn't really experienced too much because he keeps to himself and he stays at home and when he's not working. So he hasn't encountered that much in the way of, racist backlash. May iba problem nandito to kirara.
Ako na tam forse po magindi iti muti po magindi te apo ko ke ko. Na ko ra gitu. Wa na tam forse magba na wala fiti ma arawa auto. Me ana bala na be ngada abara siga. Ya muna ba mara men na break ke la umman.
So Alsing's saying that he has been harassed before, periodically, when he's out either riding his bike or walking because he likes to do those things for exercise and it's been concerning, but he has to still get out there. So it's one of those things that he just deals with ito fa bealu forita fotita bidin fang paski bara opportunities to nana muna lagi ne ka.
Ouais.
Inomana fe for the day.
Parce que bira ko tan Afrique tan e kiri maro quoi. Parce que Afrique contrôle big na quoi. Donc nous be kiri maro quoi. Kiri mara tagi ya.
So
Ouais.
So he's saying part of the reason why he just sort of takes it all in stride is because he is able to have opportunities here in the United States that he would never have in Guinea. He said there's a really big difference between Guinea and here, and he's grateful for the opportunities that he has from coming here.
Parce que moi avec mon boy ça a famille rapide maron. Na mo ga vila ba mo bine. Mais forcé pour moi ça moi famille pour moi ça moi to sinon be mon abi boy ça abi problème go mon na pa. Mo yala ga fangira.
So he's saying that, you know, he's really happy here because he's here with his family and it's, you know, we got our own scene and we, you know, we're all like, we're happy and like grounded. And also he's saying that the need and the pressure to send money back home to his family back home is another thing that really keeps him focused and what kind of helps him brush off any, you know, problems that he encounters with, you know, ignorance or racism here in Oregon.
Vraiment que le cure qui lors le problème deli le boy mo ya go soto ya go ya sto mone imura forme bi ngama quoi. Donc da forme mo que faut mo ngende mi kali mu sisi la bagara. Wa fi ndira bera ko ba problème de créer ma ya go ya ku parce que mo forme bi ngama quoi.
He's saying that not everybody likes and gets along with everybody else, and sometimes you have people that create problems for you or get into your business or get into your face, and it's just part of, he said, it's just part of life.
Donc vraiment mo fo mbara la comme mo na bi ala no wali umbering ala no magandi mo ko na mo wali sa simanu yala nyina na la fi ko ma sa ta fi mo di mo nguru ma ina madama santia na ropa mu yala ngali findi banana na ifindi sisira al santia munana zero.
So he's
santia na namburu munana pa.
So he's saying he just really like expressing his gratitude about being able to be here and to do his thing here and be here with his family as well as to help back home when he can. And he's saying that a big thing is having good health, and without health, there's nothing can compare to having good health. So he's just expressing his gratitude. And with that, I'm going to introduce a second piece, a krin piece. Krin is a wooden instrument from the forest region of Guinea. So Alseny had one more thing to say, and then I'm just going to have them play out because we're scheduled to be live until 7:30, which is in 4 minutes. But really quick.
Donc, mon avis, au katam lo mu shikeni ko wo mu mali parce que ni barga dan ga ni mu barga dan ga kiri maro ko.
So he's saying that it's really important to support him and Black cultural artists from Guinea because it's really difficult and really hard when you come from another place, when you have a homeland so far away and you come to another country to make your living. So it's really important to support artists like him.
Nana mo kala ke na Africa mun be kiri mara. Ota tu na Africa mo be ki. La mo amu go ni men amu bara banna. Bara fi se kai ni rako. Apa se se ba mo na rako. Ko mo fa dile kan so to ma bi. Muna na mo la mo muna kan fami ko ma Africa.
So he's saying again that there's a big difference between the culture here and the culture in Guinea, and there's this expectation that his family and his whole entire culture has, that if you come to the United States, you are just instantly going to become rich. And so the expectation that you're going to send money is very great. And so, you know, it takes a lot to make that happen, to take care of your family here as well as send money back. So that's another reason why he's saying that it's really important to support the cultural arts from Guinea.
Edi mananang kui nakan fura siri sara mananang kui fanga esquadre na mutara mafe ye mufam be muve esquadre yo muna muira sinde mileri tankwa do fomu wale ti muadina na magida na ina mumali minala famille toka horoko mufa no mo mufa malidi na guna ki ko wala ko bese na ko ya lo am ko mafri ko mumali bo musiteni pa wo
So he's saying that if there's any kind of problem, if someone's sick and needs medicine, if someone needs to have, you know, their family food budget met, then all these pressures are put upon the people who are in the States. And that is why it's really, again, important to support and understand that it is very difficult to be an artist, period, but especially an artist from, you know, West Africa or Africa in general. All right. Okay, so without further ado, I'm going to turn this over to Alseny and Papa. Again, this is Alseny and Papa Yansane. I'm Andrea from West African Cultural Arts Institute. Thank you so much for joining us. I hope you'll stick around for a little while longer just to enjoy this Krin piece. Thank you and good night.